Hey everybody, this is your buddy Ryan here. I am coming at you with a collection video, and so far I've done my Criterion collection, I've done my Alfred Hitchcock collection, and the next one I'm going to share with you is the David Lynch collection of mine. And I'll go ahead and start. Eraserhead. Wonderful, wonderful, surreal, dreamlike film. It doesn't really make sense in parts, but it's a very fun film to watch, and if you're a film lover, I think even if you don't like it, you have to at least see this once. But I think this is actually out of print right now, so I think it might be hard to get your hands on it. But it is such a great film, full of imagery that's amazing, because that's, David Lynch is one of my favorite filmmakers, and he is a great, great filmmaker at, just bringing in like these surreal, dreamlike elements that was pretty heavy in, Last Year at Marienbad and other films kind of like that. But anyways, Eraserhead. The next one is the Elephant Man, which is probably his most mainstream film in the sense that it was nominated for at the Oscars, and I think everybody went and saw this. And it's a great film, and has Anthony Hopkins in it. It's a very good movie. Everybody should see this. It's very good. The next one is Dune, which isn't the best. I mean, I guess coming from somebody who knows the book and everything like that, this movie was okay. It's not the best thing in the world. Compared to some other sci-fi films, it is very good. But for the most part, I was kind of disappointed in this. And I think the American public and pretty much everybody else was pretty much annoyed with it too. But it's still a very visionary movie, so Dune. The next one is my favorite David Lynch film, and that is Blue Velvet, which, if you've seen this, you know what I mean by saying Dennis Hopper is probably the best villain in any kind of noir type film. I mean, in one of the best villains in film history. He is full of hate, and he is sadistic, and I don't know, it's just such a great film. It's about a guy who just finds an ear in this random grass yard, and it just leads him on an investigation, and I don't even want to blow any of this for you, but if you're not into certain movies, this is it has very disturbing scenes in it, and the subject matter is very disturbing, but it is an American masterpiece, and it's a great film. The next one is Wild at Heart, starring Nicolas Cage and Laura Dern, and this is a pretty fun movie. I don't think it's nearly as good as Blue Velvet, but it's still a fun movie. It's kind of they're in love and on the run, and it's pretty fun. Willem Dafoe does a really good role in this film. The next one I'm going to talk about is David Lynch's Lost Highway, which I included in an update about 3 months ago. And this is actually a wonderful, great, haunting, twisted film. And I don't know, it is so creative in the way it's told. And I mean, I guess the only way I could explain it is, think of Pulp Fiction with David Lynch directing it, I guess, and some other things. But it's an awesome film, big all-star cast, so great film. The next one I'm going to talk about is Mulholland Drive, which is probably his other most famous film that was acclaimed. It's a great film. Naomi Watts. It's just an awesome film. You don't really know what's going on at the end of it. You're kind of like, what the heck? And there's a little plot going on, and I don't know, it's also one of those dreamlike films, and very mysterious, and as the Washington Post says, it's beautiful, twisting, dangerous, and addictive. Very great film. But I don't recommend this for everybody. But I don't recommend, other than The Elephant Man, I don't really recommend, like, some of these films aren't for everybody. And if you know David Lynch, you'll know why. This is his latest film, which right now, I mean, Blue Velvet is my favorite David Lynch film. Don't get me wrong, but this one's my favorite. Fun, like this is the one that I like the most right now, as in, it's more recent. But I don't know. It's kind of like how I love the Godfather is my all-time favorite movie. But sometimes I'll get in a kick of wanting to watch Apocalypse Now, and then I'll be like, oh man, I just love this film. That's how I feel about this. I'm really just in love with this film. It's so creative. It's basically David Lynch's last epic film that he's done. I think it's his epic masterpiece. Even though it's not my favorite, it is it's 3 hours, and it's just 100% David Lynch. I mean, any film that has rabbits in it talking to each other, I don't know, it's just great film. Inland Empire. Alright, the next thing I'm going to talk about is Twin Peaks, which in my opinion is one of the best television shows ever. If you don't know what this is about, it's about the girl named Laura Palmer who's murdered, and the investigation in her hometown of Twin Peaks following her murder. And basically, it's kind of a dry humor, fun series that's really surreal and dreamlike and disturbing at the same time. It's like one of those, it's not as it seems. Like, the town is not as happy as it seems. And, Kyle MacLachlan plays Dale Cooper, who's, just a famously parodied detective, or special agent from the FBI. And, he gave the term, this show gave, like, great quotes, like, damn fine cherry pie, or that's some damn fine coffee, that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of famous stuff coming from this. And it was only on for 2 seasons, but it's definitely a must-own. And also, the movie's okay that David Lynch came out with afterwards. And it's kind of a prequel and a sequel to the television series. And that's Twin Peaks: Fire Walk with Me. It's okay. The television series is by far way more superior. But anyways, that is my David Lynch collection. I hope you guys check some of these out. And like always, there's only 3 ways of doing things: the right way, the wrong way, and the chat away. Stay positive. Have a good day.